Good morning, class. How are you today? Are you ready for our lesson this morning? Our main objective for this lesson is to identify the components of water. In this lesson, you are going to observe the experiment so that you can classify the elements from a compound. You should also develop awareness that pure substances are classified into element and compound. Our topic this morning is about distinguishing elements from compounds. Do you know that everything around us is matter? The soil in the farm, the water in the river and in the sea, and the air we breathe. Matter has different properties that make them different from one another. Before we start our lesson, please watch the video of our previous lesson. Enjoy! Let's review. What is matter? What is matter made up of? How is matter classified? Matter is anything that takes up space, has mass, and it is made of particles. There are two types of matter. Pure substance is also defined as substance that is made of only one type of atom or molecule. And we have mixtures, or mixture is a physical combination of two or more different pure substances in any proportion. There are two types of mixtures, the homogeneous with only one appearance and heterogeneous with two or more appearance. All pure substances have uniform appearance or homogeneous. Some mixtures are also homogeneous. Being so, it is difficult to distinguish mixtures and substances based on appearance. However, there are ways to tell if a sample is a mixture or a substance. The temperature of liquid mixture varies during boiling, but the liquid substance, it does not. A mixture has a wide range of boiling temperature, while a pure substance has constant boiling temperature. In this topic, you will find out that substances may be further classified into two, elements and compounds. You will start with the primary characteristic that distinguish them, elements and compound. Wow, wonderful! You get it? Before we discuss about element and compound, we will separate first the components of water. Are you now excited to have an experiment? Okay, let's start. But wait, this time I will be the one to do the experiment. All you have to do is to observe and then prepare yourself, for you will be given questions afterwards. Please watch and learn. Enjoy! Most of us know what water is made of, but we cannot separate the components of water, such as hydrogen and oxygen, by physical means. But with the passage of electric current, components of water may be separated from each other. That's chemical change. A new substance will be formed. This process is called electrolysis. You can use an improvised electrolysis apparatus like the one shown on the right. Commonly available materials were used to construct this improvised apparatus. Electrolysis decomposed water. Water is a compound into hydrogen and oxygen. Hydrogen and oxygen are elements. Good morning, everyone. Today we're going to decompose water into hydrogen and oxygen. Hydrogen and oxygen are the elements found in water. So, since water is a compound, we are going to separate the components of water using electricity. This is called electrolysis. And we're going to use our improvised electrolysis apparatus. So we have the two electrodes. We have the red color, which is for positive power supply, and we have black for negative. So we have our power supply. So this is 12 volts DC. Now we're going to connect this and this so that the electricity will pass through the solution. And we're going to use sodium hydroxide. So we will add this to water to become 5% solution of sodium hydroxide. Okay? Add sodium hydroxide. Be careful in using sodium hydroxide. This is a strong base. Then we will connect the power supply to the positive side and to the negative side. Now let us check the solution. We can see the bubbles now. More bubbles can be observed, meaning the compound water is started to decompose into hydrogen and oxygen. So these two elements are the components of the compound water. Now we will check the presence of gases. We'll start with the positive electrode. What have you observed? And now let us check the presence of hydrogen gas in the negative electrode. Oh! It's now time to analyze. What happened when you placed a lighted match near the mouth of the test tube?
A pop sound was heard, sir.
Very good! Bravo! What happened when you thrust a glowing bamboo stick inside the test tube?
A bright spark was observed.
Very good! How is water different from its constituent hydrogen and oxygen?
Water extinguishes fire, while hydrogen burns and oxygen support burning.
Very good! You got it! Let's verify our answers. Watch my video and listen carefully on my discussion. Enjoy! In this video about electrolysis, you noted that oxygen, the gas collected in the positive electrode, made the lighted paper burn more vigorously. This means that oxygen supports burning. Hydrogen, the gas you collected in the negative electrode, gave a popping sound when a lighted candle was thrust into it. The sound comes from the rapid burning of hydrogen in the presence of air. We all know that water will not give off a pop sound nor induces a bright spark when exposed to spark or flame, unlike its constituent elements hydrogen and oxygen, respectively. This means that the properties of compounds are different from the properties of the elements it is made up of. There are cases that the properties of compound pose less risk than its constituent elements. Hydrogen burns and oxygen supports burning, while water extinguishes fire. Hydrogen is a gas at room temperature, so is oxygen. Water, on the other hand, is a liquid at room temperature. The compound that is composed of elements has properties that are distinctly different from the elements. In the other words, when elements combine to form compound, a different substance is formed. The following are elements: gold, silver, oxygen, carbon. And the following are compounds: water, carbon dioxide, sodium chloride, silver nitrate. To have better understanding about this topic, let's put it in our mind that compounds are made from chemical combinations of two or more elements. All of these are substances. Substances are matter. Let us now generalize our lesson. An element is already in its truest form and cannot be further broken down, while a compound can be further broken down by chemical processes. A compound is a substance that has two or more elements in its composition, which are held together by chemical bonds. So compounds are made up of elements. Elements are the simplest form of matter. Both elements and compounds are substances rather. While the components of mixture can be separated by physical means such as filtration, distillation, and the like, a compound, on the other hand, can be broken down into individual elements using chemical processes for chemical reaction. Example, electrolysis. How elements different from compounds?
Element is the simplest form of substances that is made of only one type of atom and cannot be further broken down. Compound, on the other hand, is made of two or more elements in definite proportion, combined chemically. A compound can be broken down into its constituent elements by chemical processes. Hence, water can be separated into hydrogen and oxygen by the process of electrolysis.
Very good! You got the correct answer. How are these similar?
Element and compounds share some similarities, such as homogeneity, because all pure substances have uniform appearance or homogeneous. Pure substances can be classified as element or compound.
Excellent! Let's apply it! What are the uses of separated components of water, such as these two elements, oxygen and hydrogen? Collected oxygen is stored in a pressurized container. It is used for life support systems in diving and also in hospitals to provide patients air with higher oxygen content. Another use of oxygen is for welding and cutting of steels and other metals. Hydrogen is widely used to make ammonia for fertilizers. Refining metals, fuel cells a source of electricity, and methanol for making plastics. Hydrogen is also liquefied for rocket fuel, where liquid hydrogen is combined with liquid oxygen to produce a powerful explosion. And now, let us check that was all for our lesson, and I hope that you learned from it. Once again, this is Sir Boyet. Keep on watching and learn something. Thank you, stay safe, and God bless. Bye-bye.